His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great is all the Thai people's most beloved monarch. Throughout his reign, His Majesty has devoted his mind, intellect, and physical strength to performing royal duties for the benefit and happiness of the Thai people of the entire kingdom. His Majesty has even allocated areas within the compound of his private residence for research and experimentation in pursuit of solutions to problems facing his subjects. Having witnessed the suffering of his people, especially farmers in the rural areas, the majority of the country's population, His Majesty the King has simulated within the compounds of his private residence the conditions of various specific problems so that he may himself study them at close range and find the appropriate solutions thereto. This led to the advent in around 1961 of the Royal Chitlada agricultural projects, which can be considered as the first of the development projects initiated by His Majesty the King, and the origin of all other such projects subsequently undertaken. The objectives of the Royal Chitlada project are to serve as study, experimentation, and research projects aimed at solving various problems concerned with agriculture. Once they yield results, the projects are used for demonstration purposes so that those interested members of the general public could visit and study them and make use of the knowledge thus gained for their own purposes. Another important point is that the projects are not profit-oriented. The Royal Chitlada projects are divided into two types: non-commercial projects and semi-commercial projects. Non-commercial projects implement His Majesty the King's initiatives in the field of development of agricultural productivity, importance being given to the long-term betterment of the farmers' quality of life so that they could become self-sufficient, and at the same time to the conservation of natural resources. This type of project receives advice and support from the government agencies concerned, as well as the private sector. Semi-commercial projects involve studies and experimentation on the processing of agricultural products. The products are sold but not for making maximum profit or business competition. The profit they gain is used for the latter's further development of the Royal Chitlada project. With the aim of sustaining an ancient royal tradition, as well as advancing the morale of the farmers and giving them encouragement, His Majesty the King graciously revived in 1960 the royal ploughing ceremony, an ancient royal tradition which continues to be performed to this day. On His Majesty's request, the rice department planted on an experimental basis within the compound of Chitlada Palace various rice varieties from all parts of Thailand for the conduct of studies on rice cultivation methods, including crop rotation for soil improvement and the optimum utilization of the fields. The results obtained were then disseminated to the farmers. In the first year of the experiment in 1961, His Majesty the King himself drove Iron Buffalo, a four-wheel tractor, to plow the rice field. He also later on sowed the seeds and reaped the paddy. One part of the seeds obtained from the experimental rice field of the Royal Chitlada projects each year is used in the royal ploughing ceremony of the following year. The demonstration forest project began when His Majesty the King, on his way to Klaikangwon Palace in Prachuapkhirikan province for a short stay, saw along the highway in Taiyang district of Phetchaburi province a large number of yangna trees, or dipterocarp trees, being exploited. So he initiated the preservation of this valuable species by planting its seeds at Klaikangwon Palace, then planted the dipterocarp seedlings in the compound of Jitlada Palace. Subsequently, on His Majesty's orders, a number of tree species were brought from all over the country and cultivated together within the compound of Jitlada Palace to create a demonstration forest for the study of tree species. Out of concern for the health of the population with low income, His Majesty the King has undertaken the study of fish culture with the aim of providing a source of easily produced good quality protein. In 1968, the Japanese Emperor Akihito, then the Crown Prince, presented His Majesty with fingerlings of Tilapia nilotica. His Majesty subsequently named that fish species Nin, which is derived from the word nilotica in its scientific name, and His Majesty gave the fish to the farmers for further propagation and consumption. The Jitlada dairy farm can be considered the starting point of the semi-commercial type of Royal Jitlada projects. Upon receiving a gift of a few heads of cows and bulls in 1962, His Majesty the King donated an amount of his personal funds towards the construction of the Jitlada dairy farm for the purpose of conducting research on and disseminating dairy farming techniques, including the demonstration of grass growing for cattle feeding, a technique called grass farming. In 1969, having perceived the surplus in the fresh milk market, His Majesty the King decided that a study be undertaken on the possibility of turning raw milk into milk powder for long-term storage. So Thailand's first milk powder factory, all designed and constructed by Thais, was established and was conferred the name Suwandusit Milk Powder Plant by His Majesty. Furthermore, His Majesty has given assistance to dairy farmers by setting up a milk collection center to receive raw milk from them for pasteurization and distribution to the public at a low price in order to promote fresh milk consumption. Later on, experiments were undertaken on the production of milk tablets from milk powder. Broken tablets were also collected and utilized as material for the production of milk tablets for pets. Further, the very pure condensate obtained from the milk evaporation process went to producing distilled water for use with car batteries, a starting point for studies on the operation of the present-day distilled drinking water plant. So it can be considered that maximum use is being made of all the stages of the production process. On the occasion of His Majesty the King's 60th birthday anniversary in 1987, cheese production equipment from the Netherlands was presented to him and led to the construction of the cheese plant. Her Royal Highness Princess Maha Chakri Sirinthorn subsequently conferred the name of Maha Mongkol cheese on the product obtained. The cheese plant places emphasis on studying the use of raw milk to obtain various products such as cheese and ice cream, and that of the milk remaining from the skimming process to manufacture pasteurized skim milk, ready-to-drink low-fat drinking yogurt, and yogurt. The pure cream skimmed from milk goes to the production of butter and sweetened condensed milk. By the end of 2002, the milk surplus recurred, leading the Royal Jitlada projects to set up a UHT milk plant to help dairy farmers, as well as to demonstrate the process of manufacturing from fresh milk, UHT milk, that can be stored for a long time without refrigeration. It also sells the products to the public, including schools participating in the government school milk project. The products are packaged in both cartons and plastic bags. While visiting the people in various parts of the country, His Majesty the King had witnessed the problem of the farmers' poverty. He consequently gave the advice that farmers should form themselves into groups along the lines of a cooperative, with their own barns and carrying out rice milling activities themselves. The Royal Jitlada projects have been carrying out rice storage and milling studies and demonstrations since 1971. Moreover, His Majesty the King is far-sighted and fully aware of the energy problem facing the country. Earlier on, a windmill had been presented to him for the study of wind energy, a renewable type of energy for use as a substitute for electricity in water pumping. Later on, out of concern over the possibility of oil shortage or falling price of sugarcane in the future, His Majesty gave in 1985 an instruction that a study be undertaken on the cost of producing alcohol from sugarcane for use as an alternative source of energy. Fuel production experimentation is another project, of which the implementation was initially financed from His Majesty the King's private funds. The Royal Jitlada projects are able to use the alcohol obtained from agricultural products or wastes to turn out many products, including gasohol and dieselhol, by mixing the alcohol with gasoline and diesel oil respectively, for use as fuel. Considering the high cost of producing dieselhol for diesel engines, research was subsequently carried out on the production of biodiesel from vegetable or animal oil left over from household use or the food industry. The system of cold water production by means of heat energy from rice husk is aimed at utilizing the heat energy generated by burning rice husk, a byproduct of the Jitlada experimental rice mill, to produce hot water, from which the energy serves to produce cold water through a machine using an absorption system. The cold generated from that water is used for operating the air conditioners of the Sala Maha Mongkon, a reception hall for the visitors, and for the study of cold climate mushroom culture. Further, His Majesty the King received a solar energy house, along with various kinds of equipment for the study of solar energy use in electricity generation. In addition, a wind turbine was presented to His Majesty, equipped for the study of the use of wind energy to generate electricity. The research and development work of the Royal Jitlada projects further includes study, research, and dissemination of knowledge concerning vegetable and fruit processing, as well as promoting the consumption of vegetable and fruit products. The fruit juice pasteurization plant began its operation in 1984, using the old pasteurizer from the Milk Collection Center, which had been in service for many years but was still working well. The plant conducted experiments on the pasteurization of fruit juices, of which the prices were low at that time. In order to complete the fruit juice production process, the Royal Chitlada projects have constructed the fruit juice cannery as a prototype to demonstrate the production of high-quality sterilized fruit juices that can be stored for a long time without preservatives. Demonstrations are also conducted on the manufacture of canned rice porridge. Moreover, there are studies of the possibility of manufacturing various dehydrated food products. To ensure maximum benefit from the production process, undersized dehydrated fruits or remnants of the fruits are utilized in manufacturing fruit cookies and cakes, giving rise to a bakery activity that can now turn out many kinds of pastry. In addition, the honey plant purchases for packaging and distribution honey produced by bees raised by beekeepers' cooperatives. There are other research activities aimed at the maximum utilization of agricultural wastes. Byproducts from rice milling can be utilized in many ways. Rice husk is sent to the rice husk grinding plant for compressing and heating to produce husk briquettes, which can be further turned into husk charcoal. As substrate in mushroom growing, the mushroom culture plant uses a byproduct from the rice mill, mixed with sawdust from para-rubber wood. Originally, experiments have been conducted on the culture of local mushroom. Later on, the Royal Chitlada projects occupied the culture of lingxi mushroom, as well as studies on the processing of various types of lingxi mushroom products. Work on the culture of spirulina species began with the study of the possibility of utilizing for the purpose wastewater from the biogas production process using cow dung. Spirulina species is a very small blue-green algae. Research activities have revealed its high contents of proteins and various nutrients, which made the algae suitable for use as a component of fish feed. The research was further expanded to include spirulina algae culture in clean water and the use of the algae to produce food supplement capsules and spirulina-flavored crackers. The organic fertilizer plant carries out studies on the process of producing composts from various agricultural wastes, in particular the study of the activators for the decomposition, such as the liquid waste from alcohol production or various strains of microorganisms. The production of organic fertilizer tablets has been developed to facilitate the use of organic fertilizer. In addition to the agricultural activities, the Royal Chitlada project also undertakes some activities concerning handicrafts. The Royal Candle Factory purchases from beekeepers' cooperatives the wax with which it manufactures beeswax candles for use in the royal household. On His Majesty's wish, this can reduce the national budget allocated for candle purchasing. The products include candles for various royal ceremonies and the large Buddhist Lent candles that His Majesty the King presents to monasteries under royal patronage for the Buddhist Lent ceremony. Moreover, there are studies about sa paper production, including dissemination of knowledge on various Thai handicrafts at the sa paper factory. This factory was built on the occasion of Her Majesty the Queen's 60th birthday anniversary in 1992. In the field of natural resources conservation, studies have been undertaken on plant species cultivation and the use of the plant tissue culture technique for the conservation and propagation of various rare plants such as the Paisan Taksin jackfruit, rattans, and orchids. This activity subsequently led to the establishment of the Plant Genetic Conservation Project on Her Royal Highness Princess Maha Chakri Sirinthorn's initiative, with the objective of collecting and conserving rare plant species, as well as promoting among the local communities at large the conservation of natural resources. Out of his wish for the Royal Jitlada projects to serve study, experimentation, and demonstration purposes, His Majesty the King has graciously given permission for all interested people to visit the projects and observe their operation, as well as to receive training so that they could acquire the knowledge that they could use as models or guidelines in securing their living. Since 1961, the Royal Jitlada projects have been visited by a large number of royalties from various countries, groups of important persons, civil servants, school and university students, farmers, as well as interested members of the general public, both local and international. However, the Royal Jitlada projects are but a reflection of His Majesty the King's resolute determination to devote his mind, intellect, and physical strength to performing royal duties for the benefit and happiness of the Thai people of the entire kingdom, a resolution to which he has adhered throughout his reign. His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great, most beloved monarch of all the Thai people, the great monarch who is the strength of the land.